Greeted by the warmth of the sun, the sand between your toes, submerging yourself in a refreshing body of water, the beach as we know it is a wonderful experience. Those better days are slowly coming to an end, as our white sandy beaches are being destroyed, leaving us with a beach of stones. Emily is one of many children who enjoy spending their spare time on the beach. She plays in the sand, builds sandcastles, and loves swimming. But what if Emily can no longer play on the beach? If only she knew how the actions of all of us means that soon these days will be long gone, simply because we eat the parrot fish. Mainly found in the tropics, the role of the parrot fish is maintaining the coral reefs and keeping them healthy. They do this by eating the algae, that green, non-flowering plant that grows in the water.
Dane Buddle, a research director at the University of the West Indies Alligator Head Marine Lab, shared his knowledge on the parrot fish.
The parrotfish is a group of species. It's not just one species. The parrotfish is described as a corallivore, and this is an organism that would go after corals plus, of course, algae that are associated with coral reefs. Now, the fact that they are consuming algae is one of the probably major purposes of parrotfish in Jamaica. Not only in Jamaica, wherever parrotfish are. So keeping algae down on reef systems is one of the most important roles that parrotfish plays.
The coral reef acts as a safe house for other species of fish, providing them with shelter, while also protecting the coastline from damaging wave action and tropical storms.
The coral reefs in any island, especially Jamaica, protect our coastlines. It provides livelihoods for a lot of people. For example, fishing or sport diving or recreational free diving. So they provide an income. They provide coastal protection. They provide a source of fish for not just for sale, but persons depend on it for their own sustenance as well.
Once the algae is eaten, the parrotfish excretes the sand that we all come to love and know, including Emily. What can you do with a beach with no sand? In the Caribbean, and specifically Jamaica, the parrotfish are not granted the pleasure of growing to their full potential, because they're one of the main fish captured and eaten by Jamaicans.
Of course, there's natural death, and when I say natural death, you mean talking about what happens in the sea. From them, going towards their lifespan, as well as other fish consuming parrotfish. However, with the use of parrotfish as a food source for humans, that is causing a problem. It has caused a problem. It will continue to cause a problem unless we do something about it. So that's what leads to overfishing. When we're taking out too much, too fast, that is not able to replenish. So you have less numbers over a period of time. And I think that's probably the main reason why parrotfish are declining in Jamaica and the rest of the Caribbean.
Many attempts have been made to stop the capture of the parrotfish. One such is Save the Parrotfish, Save Our Islands campaign, initiated by the Sandals Foundation.
In 2016, the Save the Parrotfish, Save Our Islands campaign was an initiative that was put forward by our Deputy Chairman and CEO, Adam Stewart. He's very close to the subject of marine preservation and marine life. And because of that, he was very passionate about efforts then to do as much as possible to preserve the marine life. And it is simply that the parrotfish, that one species of fish, the support that fish gives to the marine environment is huge, and it goes beyond just us trying to say, okay, we're going to put out the message and build the awareness about not eating or consuming parrotfish as we love to do here in Jamaica. But the thing is that apart from preserving or creating that white sandy beach that we all love, and again you can see a tie back to tourism, but it goes beyond just the tourism. It's a matter of the sustainability of the fishing environment, preserving the coral reefs, and persons are not making that tie back to say the coral reef is an important environment for other species of fish. So when I go out into the community and I'm talking to a fisherman and I say, okay, you do realize though that those other fish that you want to catch and sell outside of the parrot fish, they depend on the coral reef as their breeding grounds and their environment. If the parrot fish is not there, you're killing the environment that the other species of fish need to live as well. So it was all that initiative, all that thought process that influenced Adam Stewart to say to us, let us play our part, let us see how it is that we can further the message in ensuring that persons are aware. And that's how the Save the Parrot Fish came about.
Unfortunately, despite attempts made such as this, the real problem still persists. The parrotfish is being overfished, taken before the age of maturity to satisfy the stomachs of humans. No longer are they able to clean the coral reefs, leaving sand production to the imagination.
You'd be hard-pressed to find a fisherman who doesn't know that overfishing exists. You'd be hard-pressed to find a fisherman that does not know the value of not taking small fish and not taking too much fish out of the water. But then you're faced with a counter-argument from them. Yes, they know, but what am I going to do tonight? Oh, that's the only fish that I see. What am I going to do? How am I going to feed my family? And you hear these stories, and I always tell persons this because I strongly believe it. There's no other profession, fishermen. There's no other profession that I know that willingly does something to damage their own profession, to damage their own livelihood. I don't see a taximan who's driving a particular route coming out with a pickaxe and digging up the road. I do not see that. Right? So a fisherman knowingly destroys his own livelihood, and that's something that a culture that we have to break. There's a culture that they feel that there's an abundance of fish and it's an endless supply, and that's a culture that we have to change. It hurts me sometimes to be driving on the road and seeing these spear fishermen with a string of fish, 50 fish on the line, and you're lucky if it weighs 10 pounds. And this is the kind of thing, all these tiny fish that they're shooting.
On the other hand, a few fishermen disagree with scientists and experts.
Our coral reef, even right now, the judges we are going. Me live up pot 4 times a week, and when I look for my fish pot them, I beat a mud or fight. Just imagine what it had do to my coral reef. All the fish pots rope them, the mud come on them, and then lie them flat. That's what make you fight them. I feel laugh. I just meant for that a proper filtering or you tap it. Right round Jamaica and not Kingston alone. Right round, all them look a pipe, then look a hotel and then look a this over and look this and look that and we make a pipe, a leaker. See in a marine where the water the unfiltered, it a destroy marine. Yeah, government, looking at that part there. Because we fishermen, especially all me man, that we clean up. I mean, alone can't do it, no one help.
From a scientific standpoint, is this really an issue?
You have, an overfishing of parrotfish is not the only cause of algae being on the reef. If you think about your home garden, when you want the grass to grow or you want the flowers to grow, you put fertilizer on it, nutrients. And this is what the sewage does. This is what the phosphates from soap does, or from fertilizers does. It fertilizes the water. When that happens, algae grows, just like it's a plant. It will grow with nutrients. It will then overtake the reefs. When the reefs are overtaken, they die, the corals die, they get smothered and die. So we have a coastal management problem to deal with. We have problems with sewage disposal, we have problems with sewage treatment. We have problems with agricultural waste getting into the rivers and out to the sea. All of this is a problem. The parrotfish populations were good. I'm talking about numbers only. I'm talking about sizes of parrotfish. The size and the density of parrotfish. That will help to offset and counteract some of this high nutrients, because the algae will be kept down to a minimum. Not only parrot, of course, other herbivores that they are shooting as well, and they are removing in pots as well. So for a fisherman to say there's abundance of parrotfish, there's a lot of parrotfish, and that's where the opportunity comes in. But they're this small. They're this small. They're this small. Now, the bigger the parrotfish is, the more algae they eat, the more sand it will produce. The larger the parrotfish, the more sand it produces. We love our white sand beaches. People all over the world travel and spend a lot of money just to come and sit on our white sand beaches. Parrotfishes and other creatures that break down the calcium carbonate, or they have the calcium carbonate in their system as well, like urchins. That forms white sand beaches. Okay? So when you have things forming white sands, and of course it comes back from the sandbanks back on the beach, it helps our tourism product as well. So I mean, a parrotfish, a large parrotfish, talking about 200 pounds of sand per year. One fish.
There are few fishermen, however, who know the importance of the fish and practice not to catch them in their fishing village.
Most fish I catch is mostly grunt, snapper, jack, kingfish. I don't sell parrotfish. Parrotfish protect the wildlife. That's why I don't catch it.
Instead of one day him keep the car clean, some of just get snapped on them other one.
This does not take away from the fact that the parrotfish is still not able to thrive. The more we eat, the more we become susceptible to tropical storms. The more we diminish the beach, an asset of our island, and the more we take away from the generations to come.
The challenges that the campaign face is entrenched in our culture, where parrotfish is just seen as a very delicious fish to eat, and because of that there's a demand for it, right? From the consumer side, we love it to eat, and from the fisher folk side, clearly there's a demand, and where there's a demand, that means there's an opportunity for me to make some money. So that is the one of the main deterrents to a campaign such as this. But to use the words of Adam Stewart, he firmly believes, and I take the point as well, that once it is that we can educate people, then we will get a better buy-in.
I think it was just from young, we catch it and we eat it, and it just becomes one of my favorite fish to have, you know what I mean? I don't think there's nothing special about it, but if you're going to talk on an environmental level now, by now we have been told, say, boy, we will stop eating parrotfish.
This is a fish, and it can be eaten nice when fried, steam, brown stew. It's not that everybody I ban comes to parrot eating, so we just eat it. Enough people eat parrot. A lot of people eat parrot. Thousands of people, millions of people eat parrot in Jamaica.
Fish is a nice fish. It have different taste. But they have one we call slimy head. I don't like that one. It's full of slime and you eat trash, you know eat good. But like the pink parrot, the red belly, the parrot, and cheap parrot, they eat the best. Better than snapper fish.
The parrotfish and the beach work hand in hand. In order to save one, you have to save the other. Although some have come to the realization of the importance of the parrotfish, what has the government of Jamaica put in place to curb their capture?
In Jamaica, there is no law that protects parrotfish. You have fish sanctuaries, special fisheries conservation areas. And these are set up as no-take zones. Outside of these areas, you can catch any amount of parrotfish. There's no law. You can catch any size parrotfish. There's no law. There are always, things in the pipeline. Yes, we're going to manage this. We're going to have a minimum size for species, but currently, none exists. So as heartbreaking as it is to see tiny baby parrotfish on a line from a spear fisherman, you can't lock him up for it unless he took it from the sanctuary. Good luck proving that one.
How do we go about our beaches if those with a voice aren't making the necessary adjustments? We are allowing this country, our home, to vanish before our eyes.
I remember seeing a story on television where a health vendor, oh, the beach is washing away, the beach is washing away. The same vendor that's scaling the parrotfish and selling the parrotfish. Right? Same one that says in the same story, yes, the beach is washing away, but people love to eat parrotfish, and I'm going to cook and sell parrotfish. You have to understand that you have a cause and effect. Yes, the parrotfish is already dead. And people always use that argument, oh, it's dead already, why might as well I eat it? If you continue with that kind of attitude, everything will die. And we're feeling it right now. Negril is washing away. Why is that? Same kind of thing. Lack of sand, lack of protection from the coral reef, because the coral reefs are dying. We have to understand that we are linked, and the needs of one sector of persons cannot outweigh the national needs.
Until the laws are implemented, saving the parrotfish will be nothing but a dream.
Treating it in similar fashion to how it is that we have done with lobster, for example. So if you think back, it's not an outright ban on lobster, but you have a closed season. How it is that we're going to police it? How is it that we're going to manage? Are we going to look at fines? What are those fines going to be? Who is going to be managing all of that? So there's a whole other area that comes with all of this. But what we're saying is that we firmly believe in the education process. And if we can get more persons to become ambassadors, having understood what it is and how great this need is, then it is that we think we're on the right track to affecting some real change.
But all may not be lost. There are a few who are making an effort to save the parrotfish. Education, like always, is the key to saving the parrotfish, the beach and the island of Jamaica.
A lady who came to us and said, why I must stop eating parrotfish? And I tried to explain what we're talking about and preserving environment and so much. She said, but it's sweet. I'm my favorite fish. But at the same time, when we took the time to say to her, okay, we understand, and a lot of persons, that's what you're getting, but we understand. And when we took the time to share with her what it is that we are talking about and how it is that this one fish can have such a far-reaching impact, she said, I never know, and this is very good, and I'm going to go and I'm going to spread the word. And that is the sort of support that we want to get.
Don't take my beach away from me.
Yeah. Say you know fi practice fi eat parrotfish, cause of them clean the coral reef there. Jamaica listen to this safety parrotfish, cause of them bring the sand from we beach them. Yeah. Whether you are the buyer, seller or the fisherman, say you can help save our island. Do not bring no parrotfish, come a dry land. Fisherman, put away your hook and your nylon. Make we stop try erode this island. Save the parrotfish.